Where we thought we had made progress, we now know that the laws and articles of faith that we once took for granted, we can no longer assume to be true. So what about that dream? What does a dream look like today in a new era of civil and human rights? How do we marshal the energies and move forward on our own terms while releasing and resisting the forces that would thwart our life, our equity, our happiness, the justice that we need now? As educators, it should be absolutely clear to us that teaching about civil and human rights alone as a simple chapter in our history books is woefully insufficient. What we need at this point is a new canon, what I consider to be an embodied blueprint for the next wave of leaders and trailblazers who are going to make a difference in this world. Dr. King said to us a long time ago, human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires of us sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, and the tireless exertions and passion of dedicated individuals. I hope that everyone who is gathered here for POCC and SDLC this year sees themselves and becomes dedicated individuals. Moreover, when we do exert ourselves to advance the dreams that we share, let's do that with our eyes wide open. Dr. King said that one of the great liabilities of this life is that all too often people find themselves living amid a great period of social change, and yet they fail to develop the new attitudes and new mental attitudes and responses to the new situation's demands. They end up sleeping through a revolution. Dr. King admonished us to stay woke before that expression was in vogue. These and other transformative words by Dr. King and a host of civil rights and human rights leaders are etched in our history books, in marble and granite, and actually imprinted on many of our hearts. These words have weight, but they're weightier still when married with effective justice and action for change. Throughout this conference venues, printed material you'll see, the digital material that you've already seen, our logo and design incorporates words: love, courage, change, dignity, forward, purpose, hope. In these words, you'll find images of people of that in action. Some of those people are conference attendees and friends of yours. These are the people who inspired me, who are the source for the movement and change that we seek and that we need. In a few moments, you're going to hear from Bryan Stevenson, whose racial and justice work and criminal justice work is merciful and just and incomparable. Throughout this conference, you're going to hear from other renowned speakers: Rinku Sen, John Palmer, David Johns, Richard Blanco, Zach Ibrahim, Christine Enriquez, and Brittany Packnett. We're going to come together in 100 different workshops, affinity group sessions, and student-led dialogue. And on Saturday, we're going to have the great pleasure to honor Christine King Ferris, Hank Aaron, and Congressman John Lewis, civil rights leaders who have spent a lifetime taking action in the face of seemingly impossible odds. They are role models who refuse to compromise their values, and they've shown us that schools don't have to compromise their values either. By questioning every injustice that we see, we can illuminate pathways to greater equity, to greater racial and cultural justice in this world, and we can all fulfill our dreams together. It is with great honor and privilege that I engage with you in this work, and I thank you all in advance for an enriching experience, one that helps to welcome in a new era of civil rights for all of us, here in our schools and in our society. Welcome again to the 2016 People of Color Conference and the Student Diversity Leadership Conference.
And now, welcome SDLC co-chairs.